Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB SHOW. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Tipping Point's Ben Shephard was all smiles while attempting to keep spirits high in the face of adversity on the latest episode of the ITV game show. During Friday's show, host Ben Shephard welcomed new hopefuls vying for a significant cash prize. John, one of the contestants, breezed through the initial rounds, showcasing not only his good fortune with the arcade-style coin pusher machine, but also his strong general knowledge. However, as the nail-biting final approached, despite having been on a winning streak, John's confidence waned when the coveted star jackpot counter, worth a hefty £10,000, teetered tantalizingly on the edge but refused to fall. Ben, ever the optimist, tried to reassure an increasingly skeptical John, insisting that victory was still within reach. As the star counter stubbornly clung to the ledge and John appeared ready to concede, Ben encouraged him with a hopeful, I don't know, it's all connected if we get it flat." John, doubting the outcome after noticing another counter fall off course, remarked, "That's gone right," reports the Daily Star. But Ben wouldn't let defeatism take hold, countering with a buoyant, "Don't be so pessimistic, come on now, we need something over the top shelf." Despite John's hesitance, Ben's optimism proved to be well-founded. Even though the jackpot counter hadn't budged throughout the game, Ben queried whether John would gamble his 4,100 winnings for a shot at $10,000 with 3 more goes. John, lacking confidence, insisted he'd rather not risk it, content with the sum he had already secured. However, in a twist of fate, when Ben revealed what could have been, it emerged that John would have clinched the jackpot on his very first additional attempt. The unexpected outcome left viewers at home seething with frustration. One irate viewer posted, "Why on earth did he not gamble? Jackpot counter hanging over the edge, a puff of air would have tipped it over." Another expressed, "I would be waiting at the door with divorce papers if I was his spouse." Meanwhile, a third lamented, "If ever there was a situation where taking the trade was a no-brainer, that was it." The studio lights glittered as the giant tipping point machine loomed in the background. Ben Shephard, with his trademark smile, welcomed viewers back from the break. Tonight's game had been anything but ordinary, filled with daring gambles, nail-biting drops, and one contestant's determination to walk away with glory. That contestant was Liam, a 32-year-old teacher from Bristol. From the start, Liam had been fearless. Where others might play cautiously, he boldly threw his counters into play, often against the odds. His family, watching from the audience, cheered him on with every brave decision. By the time he reached the final round, Liam had amassed a solid $7,000, more than enough to walk away with pride. But when Ben revealed the jackpot counter glistening on the bottom shelf, temptation struck. "Now, Liam," Ben said gently, "you've got $7,000. That's a life-changing sum. But you can trade it all for 3 file counters to try and win the jackpot worth $10,000. If you don't get it out, you'll leave with nothing." The audience gasped. The tension in the studio was thick to cut with a knife. Liam hesitated for only a second before nodding firmly. "I'm here to win big, Ben. Let's go for the jackpot." Ben raised his eyebrows. "All right," he said, his voice a mixture of admiration and warning. "But remember, you're risking everything. Think carefully." The machine rumbled as the first counter dropped. It slid to the left, nudging the jackpot counter closer, but not enough. The second counter tumbled straight into a dead zone, drawing a groan from the crowd. Liam's grin faltered. "Come on," Ben urged, his voice filled with encouragement, but also a quiet edge. "This is your last chance, Liam. Don't waste it." The third and final counter fell, landing perfectly in the middle slot. The machine shuddered, counters spilled forward, and then heartbreak. Liam buried his face in his hands. The audience let out a collective sigh, followed by sympathetic applause. His $7,000 was gone in a flash. Ben walked over, placing a hand on Liam's shoulder. His usually warm smile was replaced with a rare sternness. "Liam," he said firmly, "you played bravely, but you took a huge risk. Sometimes walking away with what you've earned is the wiser choice. You've got to know when to stop chasing and when to take the win." Liam nodded, still pale, but managed a small laugh. "Guess I'll be thinking about that counter for a long time." Ben's face softened again. "You gave us a thrilling game, and I know everyone at home was on the edge of their seat. Hold your head high. You were a fantastic player." As the credits rolled, the machine gleamed under the studio lights, a silent reminder of how quickly fortune could change. And for Liam, the stern but fair words of Ben Shephard would linger long after the applause faded.